Morning. Back out in the honey house this morning, fixing to go up to the bee yard and put some queens in. I found some of the queen cell holders that'll go into the frames a little better. So I'm gonna get, I've got 4 that I've already, let's see, one, 2, 3, 4 I've already took the queens out of. So I'm gonna get 4 queen cells out of here and put those in, and then try to go up there and de-queen some others, get ready for the rest of these cells. So that's what we're doing. I'll show you as we go along. All right, here's what we're looking at. This is the one cell over here on this side that I dropped. I think it's going to be all right, but we'll see. But we'll go ahead and get 4 cells out of these others and re-queen some production hive with queen cells. This is the, where am I? This is what we're looking at, our queen cell protectors, I guess is the proper name. That's what I want to use. These tabs are shorter, so they'll go in a little better with what we've got. This is day 10 since we grafted. I expect these to emerge on about day 12, but it could be any time between now and day 12. All right, we got them in our queen cell protectors. We're gonna take them up here now, and we're just gonna open the hive up and put them down in there. And I'll show you that. We're gonna use our little foam holder just to carry them up there in, kind of shock resistant, and then keeps them in the upright position. So we'll carry them up there in that and then install them. We got our smoker lit. We're using our pine straw we got from Tractor Supply for $18 and a penny. And it works, been working pretty good for us. So we're gonna take it up there, put our stuff on, take it up there, and then we'll get started. All right, we're getting ready to put our first queen in. I was up here the other day and did a video, but I didn't much care for it. It was from a distance and you couldn't really see anything. So I'm gonna do it again today, but it was a video of dispatching the queen in these 4 hives that we're getting ready to place queens in. Today I'm going to show you a close-up of putting these queen cells in, and then we may do it in another video. Depends on how it goes down there as far as dispatching queens in some more hives so we can use some more of these queen cells. So we've got 4. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. It's not hot, but it's very muggy. Had to put my band on my glasses. We'll see how they treat us. I don't expect it's going to be good. These hives are super crowded too. Crowded as they are, and still got a hive beetle sitting there. I usually don't have any problem with hive beetles as long as my hives are good and full. It's only when they're not as full as they should be that I have problems with them. All right, we don't have a queen, so we're going to go straight in the middle. We've got cat brood on this side, which is what we're going for. So we'll pop another frame up and then squeeze them together. And then slide them back down in there. That one's got brood on it too. All right, there's our queen cell. We're just gonna pop these 2 together. And then set them down in there. And now we've just re-queened, hopefully with the queen cell. We're gonna mark a date on here, and we won't get back in them. We'll give them 3 weeks. And then we'll probably make a call instead of waiting you can be too patient, not patient enough, which is the norm for me, or too patient and let them get a laying worker, which I've done that some too. So, all right, this is the other one up here that we dispatched the queen in. Going straight for the middle because we can. Oh gosh. All right, got plenty of brood. Let's see. Actually, got a little more cat brood on this frame, so we're gonna take this one out and put them on this one. I dropped it. And put it up toward the top, since that's where the brood on this frame is. And we're just going to put it together and slide them gently back down in the hive. All right, here's I believe it's the next two right here on the end that we're doing. You can see how many bees is under there. It kind of got a cluster up underneath there too. All right, this is number 3. Super packed full hive number 3. That's a good brood pattern. A lot of brood. I think a lot of times, what normally happens, this comes from my own experience and watching other beekeepers too, is that we get our honey off and then we go park ourselves on the couch in the air condition, and we don't know. I think in general we don't know as beekeepers a lot of what's going on in the hive anyway, but I think especially this time of year because it's so hot, we don't really know what's going on in here. But I think a lot of times we have swarms into June, 1st July, because we have brood patterns like that, and we just don't realize it because we're in sitting on the couch. Another thing I have to say, most of us, I look at the people that watch the YouTube videos, and it's mostly men about my age. And I'm getting ready to turn 60, even though I only look like I'm 40. But don't be afraid to take breaks. You don't have to do all this work at one time. I'm gonna put these 4 queen cells in, and I'm gonna go take a break and cool off. And then I'm gonna try to get at least 4 more dequeened. Tip of the day, don't be afraid to take breaks. It's all right. Find one I think is gonna have a good pattern. A lot of cat brood. That one does. And this is queen cell number 4. But yeah, this will separate you from a lot of beekeepers, because not a lot of beekeepers, like I say, we all talk about it, and myself included, rarely do it. So we're just going to sandwich them together. That's why when I looked at my hives this spring, you know, the bees will do this to a larger extent. They'll go ahead and replace queens when you don't know it. But they will also, you can have what happened to me this spring. You can find a hive that's failing and not doing good because they got a yellow queen in there. So so yellow is 2022, it's 2025, she's 3 years old and she was failing. So that hive, if I'd have done this, would have made honey, but because I left her in there, then they had to build back up. They ended up being a build-up hive and didn't make honey. All right, I only did 4 hives the other day. It says I pulled 2 supers on this one and 614. So we're gonna go in this hive and look for the queen and all that mess of bees, which is not exciting. It's not usually a lot of fun, but it is worth it. I did those ones the other day and tried to make it in that video. And while the video I didn't think turned out too well, it did teach me some stuff, so hopefully make this video a little better. But they was all the queens were in the bottom. In the bottom box. I'll probably say that, and today they'll all be in the top. But it's a good chance, like I said, it's a good chance to check the bees. Get you up here where you can see some of that, hopefully. Give you a bird's eye view. Gives you a good chance to check, see how heavy they are. You got drone booted in between here, you can see if there's any mites. It gives you a good chance to kind of check the hive. Like I say, we're doing this in the morning. The sun's starting to come out. It's been supposed to be cloudy all day. But yeah, like I said, not a lot of people do this. It's just a pain in the butt. If I could just go through here and find her, it'd be awesome. But I've been shaking them through a queen excluder is what we've been doing. That's probably what we're going to continue to do. So I'm going to set this box off. Totally jack them up. Set his empty box on here. Set our queen excluder box on that. And then start shaking. We're gonna look, a stinger got through my glove. We're gonna look for the queen. Hopefully we can see her. And we won't have to shake every single frame. It's always a problem. You come out here and start getting your protective equipment wet because you're either with the rain. The other day it was raining. Ow. Either with the rain or the sweat. And it no longer is sting proof. Dang. They somehow are able to easily sting right through it. Golly. I love it when you do that. It's when you really become friends. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another, you was gone. See a bunch of drones again. I don't see a queen yet. I do have my veil zipped up today. I made the mistake of not zipping it up until after I had bees inside my veil yesterday. Usually lessons in beekeeping are mostly not repeated. You pay a pain penalty. You tend to remember that lesson. frame of pollen. It's also a good chance to change out your boxes. If you got boxes or bottom boards you need to change out, it's a good time for that. They are going through, it's hard to tell, but they are going through this excluder slowly but surely. All right, now if you can see anything in all this chaos, we're starting to put frames back in here, and then they'll be a little more apt to go down through our queen excluder. All right, believe it or not, we got a lot less bees. And it doesn't appear that our queen is, or was, and oh, there she is. I don't know if you can see the green down there. All right, there she is. All right, there's our queen, believe it or not. I don't know how much of this you're getting. Now she's dead queen. All right, all the honey is off at the home yard, and I'm wringing wet. I didn't intend to get that hot. You can see a pile of supers there. I got a bunch of supers, but a lot of them just half full, so it's not as much honey as you'd think, but we still got another yard to do too. So we're back in the honey house. I'm probably gonna cool off. I'm sure it's getting about lunchtime. I might go back out there again in the morning, but it's just getting too hot to do it today. So that'll probably be the end of it for today. I appreciate you watching. God bless y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.